Oh, this is right. And so what you could say would be like, okay, so this is You're So Bad. And what about Aha? Aha as being written and directed by Steven Spielberg, right? And it's like, no, I know why that looks like it was written and directed by Steven Spielberg, because it was supposed to look like it was written and directed by Steven Spielberg because the biggest movie in town was E.T. So for instance, that it's an opportunity to say, wait a minute. So if it is the choice between these two songs, then don't you just want to say You're So Bad? You know, I'm 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 talking about this subject because we're talking about a prophet who has honor everywhere but his hometown. Okay, you could be talking about that like for some other reason, but just being back in Los Angeles and walking around in the neighborhood and looking at the houses, after being back in town and thinking to myself, that's so strange that that these people know who I am. Like some of these people know who I am. And then you could look at your baseball field and think to yourself, yeah, 28 years ago, I went over to Dave's house after baseball practice, and I might have just gone over to somebody else's house after baseball practice, and my whole life would have been like a different story. You know what I mean? It's very strange, and so in the middle of this whole thing, I'm thinking to myself, and you could talk about how like there's something like terrible like that's going on like in the middle of this that doesn't need to be that way. You know what I mean? And then you can talk about this subject, how we don't really necessarily see ourselves in relation to these different subjects.